Hello bookish friends, and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi, and today we are starting another weekly reading vlog. So, I had filmed an intro clip of me talking about my updated reading on Friday, which was yesterday, and I deleted it off my camera, so we are starting fresh. It is December 16th. It is a Saturday, about 1 p.m. I do have a work event I have to go to tonight, so I probably won't get that much reading done because I have to drive to it, but I'm still reading The Fury, currently on page 178. I should figure out where I am on this because I did listen to a decent chunk of this yesterday while I was driving, so let me find what page I'm on now and I'll be right back. I have read 52% of A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I am on page 366. Chapter 38, so I am about halfway through. This is how much I've read. This is how much I have left to read. I'm still loving this. Feyre is such a fucking badass, and I know I keep saying that, but she really is. So where I'm at right now, the war is upon them. Hybern just kind of attacked, and they're trying to figure out what the hell they're gonna do. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I mean, I'm sure everybody on the internet knows what this book is about, but still don't want to ruin it for anybody that hasn't read. But I think this is my favorite book in the series so far. Let me say second best because A Court of Thorn and Roses was so freaking good, and I read through that so quickly. And then the second book, they're so hard to remember the names. A Court of Mist and Fury. That one, I think it was because I was like in and out of it so much that I didn't really like love it, and I didn't have time to really get into it, but I'm really into this one. And I actually really like the audiobook, which I didn't think I was going to, so. Reading The Fury physically, listening to this via audio, I'm going to keep chugging along. I'm hoping to finish this weekend so I can start the ARC of Smoking Gun by Lainey Larson. I applied for it through Sunny Babe PR. Kindly got approved and got an early copy, so I really want to start this weekend. It is a cowboy romance. It's smutty, and I guess the way it ends, it's like in the holiday time, so what perfect way to get an ARC read, especially when it ends in the holidays. So these are like my little reading goals for this weekend. I'm probably gonna get a lot of reading done tomorrow, depending on if I drive down to my event tonight or home will determine how much I read. I'll probably drive down and Chris may drive home, so maybe I'll read when I'm coming home later, but I don't know. I have such a bad headache right now and I don't know what to do, so I'm gonna sit here with my little bead eye mask. Maybe I'll take like a 20-minute power nap because my head is just killing me. It's my time of month, so that's why. But I keep these in the fridge because these like just do wonders for my brain. So I'm gonna sit here, get some reading done, and just chillax for a little while, and then I'll be back at some point. I have no clue when. Okay, hello reading vlog. It is now Monday, December 18th at about 6:30 p.m. I don't have much reading updates for you because I have not been reading this weekend. It's really bad, but I am still reading The freaking Fury by Alex Michaelides. I just checked and I have 86 pages left, so I'm determined to finish this tonight. Like, I'm gonna force myself to finish it. I'm actually getting ready to head out for a WAOK with Louie, and then I'm gonna come back and sit my ass on the couch and read until I'm freaking done with this. I could realistically read about 60 pages in an hour, more or less. So I feel like if I can just like focus for like 2 hours, I can freaking finish this. It's just taking me forever. I also am still listening to the audiobook for A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I really need to get going on this because I have 2 days left on my hold through Libby, so I really need to finish it in the next 2 days, which will be easy because tomorrow I'm driving to Connecticut, and Wednesday I have to go to Harriman for holiday lunch, and then I'm going to be going to Yonkers, so I should be able to do that. If I don't, at least I'm going to try to figure out where I left off and maybe just read the rest of it physically because I obviously have the book. That's not like the biggest deal, but I am really liking the audiobooks for it. I really like the narrator, which I don't know if I know who it's narrated by. Narrated by Amanda Lee Cobb. I really like the way she narrates things, and like her voice is just like perfect for it. So I would love to finish it via audio, but if I don't, it's not the end of the world. So I just have to make sure to figure out where I am before my hold is gone. Let's hope that I can finish that in the next 2 days and I can finish The Fury tonight. If I can do that, that'd be lovely. I haven't even read any holiday books because I've been taking forever to read everything I'm reading, but it is what it is. So I'm going to stop blabbing. I'm gonna go take Louis for a WALK and then I'm gonna come back and get some reading done. Okay, I am literally about to head out to take Louis for WALK, but I just had 1,000,001 Amazon packages show up at my door and I have no idea what some of these are. I did order 2 very special books, so I thought that was gonna be it. But okay, so this is actually for Chris. This must be for me. So I ordered the Crescent City books, 1 and 2, because they were so much cheaper on Amazon and I wanted the hardcovers. And for some reason, the hardcover of at least book 1 is impossible to find. So I got 1 of them. As I said, there's no way both books fit in this box. Book 1, House of Earth and Blood, was like impossible to find in hardback in store. This is a thick book, what the hell? Holy shit. I heard that, obviously the 3rd book is coming out in end of January of 2024. But I heard that you should read this series right after reading ACOTAR because it needs to be fresher in your mind to like get this, I guess. I don't know. So I was like, well, if that's the case, then I need the books, but I wanted them in hardcover. And like I said, this one was really hard to find in store in hardcover. And then book 2 was only like $15 hardcover on Amazon. So I was like, fuck it, like I'm just gonna get them on Amazon. I will be going out on release day for book number 3. So I have a finished set of hardcovers. But if you know why I need to read this right after reading ACOTAR and having ACOTAR fresh on my mind is important to read this, please let me know in the comments because I don't really know. I don't think they're like centered in the same universe. This book is beautiful. So this book is normally $32. I got this for $25 on Amazon, but it's got really pretty end pages. Is the back? Oh, yeah. As I say, I got it in this little box. I was like, there's no way that's just the 2 books. These are thick, so. Okay, I got book 1. Book 2 will be here later, but I'm actually heading out to walk Louis, so I will be back later for a official reading update. I thought this was gonna be both books, so. It's a little anticlimactic, but once I get the 2nd book, I'll unbox it too, so see you later. Okay, I am back from my walk, and book 2 is here. Literally, the second I left our house and started walking, like 10 minutes in, I got a notification that somebody was at our front door, so that's fun. So here's book 2. This boy is just as big. How many pages are these books? Jesus, 801. Her other books are reading really fast, so I feel like this one will too. So I guess we're gonna give it a go. But seriously, if you know why it's good to read this series right after reading ACOTAR and having ACOTAR fresh in your mind, let me know in the comments below because I really wanna know why. But I am going to go sit down. I am unthawing my dinner meat and I'm gonna go sit down and get some reading done. I am pretty much almost done with A Court of Wings and Ruin. I don't know when my audiobook runs out and I'm a little nervous that it's gonna run out by the time I can actually finish. I'm 89% done. I'm on chapter 70, but it says due in 1 day. Like, why can't it tell me how many hours or minutes? Like, why does it say due in 1 day? That doesn't help me. It says I am on track to finish in 1 hour and 53 minutes. Oh, it says due December 20th at 7 a.m. Yeah, I'm not gonna finish it by then unless I listen to it tonight. So what I might do is grab that book and listen to the audiobook as I have it like physically in my hands so I can like finish it that way. I've actually never done that with a book where I'm listening to the audiobook and kind of reading it at the same time. So maybe I will do that. If not, I will just finish it physically. That's totally fine too. All right, anyways, I'm gonna go put this with book 1 and then grab whatever I feel like reading and get to reading. Just a quick reading update before I hopefully finish both of these books. Hey! Tonight, maybe, I don't know. My main goal is to finish A Court of Wings and Ruin just because the audiobook is running out today and I really wanna finish this. I'm on page 624 out of 699. I think I have an hour and 53 minutes left. I don't believe that. I really don't believe that. I have this much left to read. So I will honestly probably finish this physically tonight because that's pretty easy, I think. I don't know. What did I say? 264? 624? Jesus. So 699 minus 624. I have 75 pages of that to read. So I think I could do that. We'll see. And then I'm still finishing The Fury. I know this is taking me forever. It's just because life has been so busy. Like, life gets so busy around the holidays, it's not even funny. But so I only have 43 pages left of this to read, and this also reads really quickly. So what I will probably do is sit here with the audiobook of this right now. I have to go pick up my parents from the airport in like a half hour, so I'm just gonna put something on TV really quick and sit here for the next half hour and see what I can finish. But the problem with me with audiobooks is I really only like to listen to them in the car because that's the only time I can fully focus on them. Like, I can't focus on them when I'm doing stuff around the house. I don't know how people do that. Like, my brain just wanders too much. I don't know. We might sit here with the audiobook of this, see if how far we can get into this. Or honestly, you know what I kind of feel like doing? I feel like I could finish this in the next half hour. No, you don't think so, Louie? Okay. I think I'm gonna finish this one first just because this one's gonna be quicker. This is not as like intense as I thought it was. Like, when the plot twist came, I was like, all right, I never expected that, but like, this dude is crazy.
It gets exponentially.
So maybe we'll sit here and finish this. I don't know. You know what? I'm not even gonna sit here and tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do what I feel like, and then I will come back and update you when I have some sort of update. Okay, so I've decided, whoa, just ahead here, and my battery's gonna die, great. So I decided I'm gonna finish this first. I read a little bit before I had to go pick up my parents, and then my mom and I had to run a couple of errands. So now I have 17 pages left. So we are gonna sit here while my dinner is cooking and finish this. And then we're gonna finish A Court of Wings and Ruin. So we're gonna have a productive night, okay? Good morning. I think we're doing a reading vlog update. Last night, I had a very successful night and I finished both of the books I was reading. So I finished The Fury by Alex Michaelides, A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas, which is book 3 in ACOTAR. Literally cannot believe I finished 2 books, but I was also so close to both of them. And it's amazing what happens when you put your phone down and like stay off it. Like, you can get a lot done. I finished The Fury first. My official rating is a 3-star. It wasn't as good as I was hoping it was gonna be. I mean, you go from The Silent Patient, and then I'm pretty sure I gave The Silent Patient like 5 stars, and I feel like that still holds true because that's such a good book. And then The Maidens was like a 4-star for me, and this one was like a 3-star. It was a really good book, and it had so much potential. So basically the premise of this story is Lana is like this movie star. She's got a couple friends, Elliot, Kate, and Jason, who is her husband. Elliot and Kate seem to have like a weird obsession with Lana and just kind of want her attention for themselves. Lana invites them all to her private Greek island for Easter, just for a couple days. And when they get there, somebody dies. The murder itself is not really the surprise and like the shock of this story. It's why the person did it and like why this murder happened. All of these friends are actors. Kate, Lana, and Elliot are all actors, and they either are in plays, like theatrical plays, stuff like that. Lana is like the most famous she was in movies. You get to a plot point where you realize like this was kind of all planned out on certain people's part. I really don't want to spoil anything for you because I do think If you like thrillers, you should totally give it a try. And if you like Alex Michaelides, you should definitely read it. There was just like a lot of back and forth of like, all right, we're at this story plot point and it gets to an intense point, and then Elliot, the guy who's narrating the book, is also a main character, is like, before I tell you this part, you need to know this, and goes back to like something about him and Lana back in the day. It's kind of like he focuses almost too much on himself, and he kind of says that like in the narration. You might think I'm talking too much about myself, but that's because I am, but let me tell you, it really is relevant to the story. And it's kind of like, all right, dude, like I get it. You're narrating the story, and that's how the story is told, through Elliot's perspective. Like he's legit sitting down and writing this story out. We just want to hear more about the murder and like what happened and how it happened and why it happened. And then when you finally get to the murder, it's kind of like, okay, acting, scene and done. Like it was like, it wasn't really rushed. Oh my God, my voice just cracked there. It wasn't really rushed. It just like wasn't as detailed as Elliot going back and talking about a time 3 years ago with him and Lana, and how he realized he loved her so much and needed to be with her. And it was kind of like, I think I would have rather have it focus more on like the murder and why everything happened the way it did, or like more leading up to it, like more detailed chapters. I don't know. It was a really good story. It definitely just had a lot more potential than what actually happened. I think that's why I didn't like absolutely die over it, which makes me really sad, because Alex Michaelides, like I've said before, is such a good author and I loved his other books. But I think part of being on BookTube and Bookstagram is knowing that not every book is gonna be for you, even if it's your favorite author. Like just knowing like, okay, this author is probably trying something newer that he's never done before, and you may not like it, but you'll still like it because it's that author. So that's how I feel about this book. Like I still really liked the book because it's Alex Michaelides, and I thought it was like an interesting story that I've really never heard before. Like I've never heard a thriller told in this way. So I think it was a very unique story. It just like wasn't my favorite, and it wasn't necessarily for me. Does that make sense? Okay, enough about that. That was 5 minutes of rambling. Let's talk about Court of Mist and Wings and Ruin. That book was so good. I mean, A Court of Thorns and Roses is always gonna be my favorite just because it's the first in the series, but that one was definitely my second favorite. Like I ate that book up. I listened to the audiobook, which I actually really enjoyed more than I thought I was going to. The thing with the ACOTAR series is it's not like super like world buildy, so listening to it on audio isn't as intimidating as it, like some other fantasy books would be. This one was action-packed. There was war, there was fighting, there was dying, there was coming back to life, there was everything. There was times where I was like really emotional. I was like, there's no fucking way that just happened. Like no fucking way they just did that. So really like that book. I gave it 4.5 stars because there were some points that I was like, what the hell am I reading about? Like, oh, is this really necessary? And some of the stuff I feel like, no, it's really not. Like some of the descriptions get a little too like deep, and it's kind of like, all right, like let's move on. Man, I love this series. I actually am going to try to read the novella today, also on audio, because I'm heading out to Harriman, which it takes me like an hour and 40-ish minutes, maybe a little less to get there. And the novella is 6 hours long. And if I listen on 2x speed like I always do, I can definitely finish that quickly. I can finish that in like 3 hours easy. So I'm gonna listen to the novella because I really liked the last book. And I've heard that this little novella is so cute in like the holiday episode of everything. So I feel like I need that after A Court of Wings and Ruin, because that book like was an emotional roller coaster if I ever had one. It was just so good. I don't know. I think it was because I actually had the time to like read, whereas the second book I was in Hawaii reading, so I'd have like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and never really had any time to like get into it. But like the second book I still gave 4 stars, so like I don't know why I'm sitting here acting like I didn't love it. I still love that book. I was gonna say I can't stand Tamlin, but he did kind of come in clutch at the end of book 3 for Feyre. So like, can I really hate him? I don't know. What all the ACOTAR girls think, like, we're not obviously not team Tamlin, but we don't completely hate Tamlin, right? And then I picked up the audiobook for Smoking Gun by Lainey Larson. It is an ARC that I was very kindly gifted. I think it's about like a cowboy and this doctor girl who obviously probably have a fling, but then they can't be together because she has to go back to where she's from in the city. I think they do it a lot because I know it's open door spice. That's like why I'm mostly dragged into this book. So I read 2 chapters last night on my Kindle before I went to bed, and it seems relatively short. I think it's only like 312 pages, so I'm hoping I can finish it by this weekend maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's realistic. I haven't really been like finishing books too quickly because I've kind of been in a reading slump, but like I've still been reading. It just takes me forever to get through books. But since reading A Court of Wings and Ruin, I'm like, okay, give me my next book. Okay. Figured I would just chat really quickly about my reading progress while I got ready for the day. I am going to head out, and like I said, I am listening to the holiday novella. Oh my god, the novella for A Court of Frost and Starlight, I think it is. So I'm gonna listen to that today, and hopefully when I get back I already finished it. I will see you when I get home, and hopefully I will have a reading update for you. Okay. Hello reading vlog. As you can tell, I am in my reading room and it's actually fairly clean right now. I actually just redid that nightstand, which is what my foot is pointing at, and it inspired me to go through all these shelves and see what I can maybe get rid of or maybe just reorganize. I don't know. There's definitely a couple books that I can definitely get rid of. We're just gonna go through, see what I can get rid of, and then I'm gonna try to reorganize a little bit. Not sure if that will really happen. It is Wednesday, December 20th at about 4 p.m. and I have to go pick up Louis. I have to leave in 7 minutes, so is this really realistic to start now? No, probably not. But maybe I will clean up. Like there's a couple of things up there that just need to like be put away, and then pick him up and then come back and do it. I don't know what I thought I was gonna accomplish in the next 7 minutes, but let's look at the nightstand that I just redid and I'll show you a before picture. Okay, so here is the new nightstand. It's not new, I just painted it and put a new knob on it. I'll post a picture of the before over here. It was like a gray with like a diamondy knob, and it was all scratched and gross because it was what I had in college. I was just like, it's time for a makeover. The color's not really picking up that well, but it looks so much better and so much more my style right now. Like with the Christmas tree and the book cart, that just looks adorable. And it definitely matches these shelves a lot better now, so I am very excited about how that looks. I legit had a paint sample, like already owned it, of that green color, and then all I did was buy a new knob for it to match the aesthetic that I'm going for these days, which is definitely more earthy tones with gold instead of silver. I used to be a big silver gal. That's just not me anymore, so very happy with how that came out. But I'm going to clean up a little bit, go pick up the dog, and then I will come back and finish organizing this room. Okay, I am back from picking up Louis, and now we're gonna go through these shelves and see if there's any books I can get rid of. Okay, so let me mute my YouTube video. I actually just finished organizing this room. It looks so much better. It feels so much more inspiring to be in here. But hold on, I gotta grab it. I really want to do a TBR jar next year, and I have this cute little rose. I think it's supposed to be like a jewelry holder. I don't really know. That my grandmother gave me, and I'm gonna use that as my TBR jar. So I'm going to sit down right now with some colored paper and write out some prompts so I can start using this next year. So if you have any ideas for TBR prompts, please leave them in the comments below and I will add them to this. Yeah, if you have any TBR jar prompt, please let me know in a comment and I will I'll also put your handle on these things when I get them. So give me some good prompts. Okay, good morning bookish friends. This setup and background seems to be like my go-to for closing out vlogs lately. I am here to close out this weekly reading vlog. I just did all the edits up until this point and it's very chatty and I did finish 2 books. I feel like I didn't really show that much in this vlog. Like I didn't really show much of my reading progress, but it's fine. I did finish The Fury by Alex Michaelides. I'm gonna put up covers because I'm way too freaking lazy to go get them. So I finished that, gave it 3 stars. I liked it, just definitely not my favorite book from him ever. Like he's definitely written, I look like I have a full-blown comb over right now. What the hell's going on? He's definitely written better books than that. Silent Patient was definitely my favorite. And then The Maidens and then this one. It was a cool story and it was definitely a unique story. It was just, I don't know, I feel like it focused on the wrong storyline rather than the right one, which was obviously a murder. But overall, it was a good book. Would recommend, especially if you like thrillers and you've been interested in the book and you like Alex Michaelides, definitely recommend that. And then I finished the audiobook for A Court of, oh my god, I can never remember. Wings and Ruin? Yes, A Court of Wings and Ruin. Jesus. Rated it at 4.5 stars. Absolutely loved it. Highly recommend listening to the audiobook because the narrator is just amazing. Also, I'm sorry for this glare on my glasses. I highly recommend the audiobook for that one, but also recommend reading it physically. You really can't go wrong either way. This one was my second favorite to A Court of Thorns and Roses, obviously, because this one was action-packed. Like, there was really no lull in the story, I feel like. And I was reading some Goodreads reviews after I posted my rating, and people seemed to think that this whole book was kind of a lull for them, and I'm like, how? Like, just doesn't make sense because I feel like this one was the most action-packed, but again, that's just my opinion. That's what I thought. That's what I felt. That was my reading experience. I'm not going to take anybody else's away from them. But I did end up rating this 4.5 stars. And then I started the ebook for Smoking Gun by Lainey Lawson. I keep saying Larson and I want to slap myself every time I do it. It's Lawson. That's Louis. I am only a couple chapters in, but it is about our main character, Blythe, who is a med student. She just graduated and now is on her way to becoming a doctor. She lives in the city. She's super busy. She doesn't have time for her personal life. Can never get this dog to shut up. So we follow Blythe. She's the doctor, big city girl, doesn't have time for a social life. And then Gage is the other character we read from. He works on a farm. He does all the dirty work and he's a cowboy. Blythe's brother, Warren, is best friends with Gage, and Warren and Blythe's parents are trying to get them all to spend Christmas together. They're trying to get Blythe to come to their hometown on the farm for Christmas so she can like finally take a break because she hasn't. And I have a feeling that her and Gage are gonna fall for each other. And I know it's a spicy romance because in the description it says like this is open door spice. So if you don't like that, don't read it. I personally love that shit and eat that shit up. So I'm excited to continue reading this. I like the writing style so far. Very easy to follow. And yeah, I also started the novella for freaking ACOTAR books, man. A Court of Frost and Starlight, which I'm hoping to continue reading that today. I'm 14% of the way through, and it's a 6-hour audiobook, so I can easily crush that, hopefully today, and hopefully by the time you start watching the next reading vlog, I've already finished it. The novella for A Frost and Starlight, I've heard is like every sitcom's Christmas episode, so I'm excited to read that. Basically, they're getting ready for the winter solstice. They're still dealing with the aftermath of the war and trying to kind of piece back their city and their lives and whatnot. Read 2 books, in the process of reading 2 books. Hopefully we'll finish them this weekend. I'm going to literally start another reading vlog right after this, so you're gonna see me look exactly like this again next week. But thank you for watching. If you like these videos, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a video. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.